So there's a lot to answer for in this development, and Scara Mafokoane has been keeping an eye and will make things clear for us this morning. So many questions out of what Imtiaz Suleiman was saying there around who knew. What was the awareness of our own senior officials? Because the BMA had some issues bringing them into the country. That's their responsibility to process them. So make it clear for us to understand in terms of the origin of that flight and everything that led to them landing on South African soil, Scara.
Very interesting question this morning, Iman. Who knew? If BMA says we did not know, DECO says so, Home Affairs says so, then who knew about this flight? The origin of the flight, we know that it left Tel Aviv on Wednesday evening, so they say, made its way to Nairobi, Kenya, before coming to South Africa. It's only upon landing at 8 o'clock on Thursday morning that the BMA were like, no, we did not know about these people, we do not know them, and we do not know where they come from. What the only documentation they had was their passport. But interestingly, Iman, on the passports, they were not stamped. The passports were not stamped in terms of where they originated from. So perhaps that could have been why BMA their stance were hold up. We cannot disembark these passengers if we do not know exactly where they came from. So that is the big question today. So far from government, we have the BMA statement, which was released shortly after 10 o'clock, Iman. So they landed at 8 o'clock. For 12 plus hours, they were in that flight. And, we arrived at the airport in the early evening. We were not given access to the international arrivals. Yeah. We had no idea as to what is happening. However, shortly after 10 o'clock, it's only then that we got an update that they have been, they disembarked and will be processed. And then certain steps will take effect after.
Given the context of the starting point of these individuals' journey, there is trauma, there's loss, there's pain, there's a whole lot of things that precede them getting onto a plane. And did they share with you what they were told? Did they even know where they were going? Very
good question. They did not even know where the destination, their final destination, where it will be. I spoke to a young Palestinian woman who told me that, I asked the question, were you told where you are going? And perhaps let's play that bite for the benefit of our viewers and listen to what she had to tell me.
It was hard, of course, but having the chance to live again is what I need. Like, living in a place with no chances to live is not something anyone would love to have.
Sitting in that aircraft for those many hours, for 12 hours or more, how did that make you feel?
I was so nervous. If we could, will we pass and enter? Will they just return us? What's going to happen to us? All these thoughts just was in my mind. So it was a hard moment.
And you continued to talk to those who had arrived yesterday.
Yeah, but very interesting, Iman. What she had to tell me, she did not know where she was going. However, what she says is, it's better here than where I come from. It's better that I'm alive, because if I'd stayed in Gaza, who knows, I could have passed on. It's very sad, Iman, for those hours that they were on board that aircraft. They say they were not given access to food. They were not given access to water or anything. It's only after the gift of the givers intervened around 12 o'clock at midday that they were able to be given those refreshments. But also, Iman, when I spoke to another family, and they telling me that the clothes they had on their backs were the only clothes they had. They left Gaza without anything. And what's sad about this family, which will play the bite, is that they had a young child. That child did not even have nappies on board. The child had to endure at least 24 hours wearing one diaper. You can imagine. Let's take a listen to that.
She starts to say the life in Gaza actually, it's dark black now. It's no life actually in Gaza because everything it's destroyed. Okay, it's no houses, no building, nothing in Gaza. Actually, it's no life in Gaza now. That's why just they came to start a new life.
We know that when people in this particular context make their way to another country, there's a lot of uncertainty. And it was preceded by uncertainty about their arrival in the first place. What happens next?
So what we've been told, Iman, is that this morning, what happened yesterday actually, is that the 130 who were processed were moved by buses. We were not given a location for their safety, but we know that they're in and around the Johannesburg area. So they were given shelter. Most of them were booked into hotels. That's where they spend the night resting. What's going to take effect this morning is that they will be visited by doctors and psychologists, understanding, Iman, that they come from a war-torn area. So they're going to be evaluated, and there will be medical checks which takes place. That's all going to take place today, this morning in Johannesburg. What's going to take place tomorrow is that those seeking asylum in South Africa will then, that process will start. The application of the asylum process will start tomorrow.
All right, Scara, and you'll keep us close to all of these developments. Thank you for the update this morning.